Hey, Javier, what does the thumbs down celebration after a big hit mean?
Just the booze that we get. You know, we're not machines. We're gonna struggle. You know, we're gonna struggle 7 times out of 10, and you know, it just feels bad when we strike out. When I strike out and I get booed, you know, it doesn't really get to me. But like I want to let them know that when we success, we're gonna do the same thing to know how to let them know how it feels. You know, because if we win together, then we gotta lose together. You know, and the fans are really big part of it. So. In my case, they gotta be better. You know, I play for the fans and I love the fans, but you know, if they're gonna do that, they just putting more pressures on the team, and that's not what we want.
First of all, cute kid. Second of all, Michael, and maybe you realize this, I didn't realize it, but a friend of mine pointed out to me that I say the phrase "say bruh" a lot. Maybe that's the New Orleans in me, I don't know. Do I say that a lot? Okay. Well, allow me to start this conversation by saying,
yes.
Say bruh.
Say bruh.
Say bruh.
Right.
Okay. First of all, look, man, I mean, this is the definition of oversharing. Because your answer as a veteran ball player who's been in Chicago
it's crazy.
should be, hey, that's between me and my teammates. That's between me and Francisco Lindor and Kevin Pillar. That's a clubhouse thing.
Right.
All right? That's a clubhouse thing. Instead, you sitting up here talking about how booing fans bothers you. Oh no, I'm sorry, it doesn't bother me, but I'ma boo you back.
But
hey, bro, these fans. Here's what Javy Baez doesn't understand about Mets fans. They got thicker skin than you do, apparently. You think you really hurt their feelings with this kind of double finger salute? You think that really bothers them? Especially if you're doing it in celebration of something good for once. A dude that's hitting 210 with like 4 RBIs, or 4 homers and 7 RBIs since he got there. I mean, booing by home fans is an expression of love. Javi, you should know this by now. Would you rather they're indifferent? Would you rather they don't show up? It's so funny, man. I was talking to I called up a good friend of mine who's a hardcore, diehard Mets fan.
Yeah.
Young lady by the name of Lakia Holmes. And I said, Lakia, I've been looking for a reason to check on you, but tell me what you think about this. She's like, Michael, I spend $70 before I get to the ballpark to go to Mets game. That's just on tolls and parking. Before I get inside, I spend $70. She said, this is the biggest BS I have ever heard. It's like another episode of, you know, as the Mets met. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Definition of dysfunction. You're 8-19 in August. And Michael, I get we're in a new day and age where players are expressing themselves and they're in touch with their feelings and we're you know, we're in tap. We're evolving as a society, Michael. We're learning how to understand the mental strain on these players, and I get it. Booing probably doesn't feel good. But you know what feels worse?
There it is.
7.5 games back.
Best full screen. Best full screen in the history of Brother from Another. Place. Right there. There you go. You know
that feels worse.
Yeah. Relative to this conversation, you're 4 games under 500. Hey, Javy Baez, bruh. Say, bruh, okay? You're not in the Midwest. You're not in the Midwest anymore. You're in New York City.
Come on.
You're in the borough of Queens, where everything is thorough in the borough of Queens. Come on, listen. Your job as an athlete and as a performer is to, perform. And if you don't perform as an athlete or as a performer, anywhere, but especially in New York City, people are going to let you know about it. He said, they have to be better. No, man, you got to be better. Mike, you got to be better, Javier. They don't have to be better. Hey, you have to be better.
Where's that Jonah Hill gift when you need it? That Jonah Hill, like,
No, they got to be better.
You're not helping.
No, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. They know what it's like. They know what it's like to see a high-level performance, a competent performance, and at least publicly, they like to hear their players take accountability. I'm saying they like to hear their players publicly take accountability. That's what I'm trying to say. See, Lindor did that for the public. Remember the owner? The owner came out and was scorching the team. The owner, the guy who said, the guy who signs the paychecks. He was pretty much thumbs downing Lindor. And Lindor said, yeah, based on what I've done at the plate, I deserve it. I haven't been good enough. Now he was like, defensively, I've been nice. Now, don't try to hate on my defense. Don't try to hate on my base running. But at the plate, I haven't been good enough. Now, if you say that, I mean, I think that's a good response. But if you really don't believe that, I think you're totally missing the point. And it's for everybody who has chosen this lifestyle of being a front-facing person. You too, Michael Smith. Me too. Look, if I come out here and I go for 2 hours, yeah, you need to scorch me. I'm not performing the way I should perform. It's the life that I chose. It's the life that Javier Baez chose. There was a joke there. So you just got to deal with that.
There was a joke there. There was a joke there, but I'm a refrain. It was. Go
ahead. No, don't do it.
Dwayne
I want you to hear.
Miami Heat alleys. No, it's okay. It's too easy.
Go ahead.
It's too easy.
Go ahead. No, do it. No. If it's too no. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
It's obvious now. It's obvious. Everybody knows what the joke is. It wrote itself.
I don't know it.
But I don't have to take every. I don't have to take every opening. I missed it. Oh, like people. I'm glad you used the word performers. People have been booing performers since the beginning of time. You know, like this goes back to like the Coliseum. You know, this goes back. This is how customers express themselves at sporting events, at concerts, at poetry readings, at comedy shows. It doesn't matter. If you are not giving the people what they want, they have a right to be frustrated. I mean, I hate to ever take sides with the Mets front office. With Steve Cohen, Mr. Twitter Fingers himself, I miss the days when the biggest controversy was the black jerseys. With Steve Cohen or Sandy Alderson, for that matter, I hate to take their side, but their statement was for once spot on. It's like, no, we're not having that. It's like it's bad enough these people are paying to watch this team struggle. Now we got a player coming out saying, I'm booing the fans, which really, you're not really booing them. I mean, it's not even like effective.
It's really funny though. I'm not even offended.
You're not.
It's funny. They aren't funny.
Either.
It's more funny.
And the fans that doesn't bother them. It's like, oh my God. No. I mean, thumbs down. Like it's not even original, let alone creative. Like it's just. It's almost like atting somebody with millions and millions of followers. It's like they're not even seeing it. Like they don't care. All they care, you on base is a pleasant sight. Do what you want when you get there. You on base, you hitting a home run, whatever. If you're productive and you're doing it, that's a good thing for them. So you're not really offending Mets fans, at least more so than you are by going 8-19 in the month of August and falling 7.
All right, but here's the question. Let's deal with this though. Let's deal with this. There's an offshoot to this conversation. Because look, it's funny how it all comes together, Mike, because last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I think it was last week though, can't remember, we talked about Naomi Osaka, and a reporter from the Cincinnati Enquirer, his line of questioning, Osaka's agent called him a bully. And so we really started talking about interviews, and we talked about John Sawatsky, the genius of the Sawatsky line of questioning and interviewing. There's a difference between an interview and a conversation, and most tough questions aren't really tough, all this stuff. We had a good, nice little journalism seminar, interviewing seminar. But we put some of the focus on the media and how we in the media really need to think about our roles and what we're doing and how we're performing our task. So now let's flip it around to this side. There's Javier Baez in the, I'm going to give you thumbs down. I wish I had more hands. I give you more thumbs down.
I wish I had more hands.
And
right.
Marcus Stroman, that tweet. Can we put that tweet up there from Marcus Stroman? See. Okay, now this is where I say, come on. Oh, you can't be serious. Stroman, I don't know if you read his tweet. His tweet was pretty much, oh, there you go again. No, the other one. Hey. Yeah, there it is, right there. Media always searching for anything to cause controversy.
Yeah. Stop playing into these narratives.
Stop, Marcus.
We won today. That's all that matters. On to the next, not dwelling in the past. Same mindset we've had all year. Thankful for this squad. Ain't nobody telling him to do that. And again, nobody told Javy. First of all, they've been doing this for weeks. They've been doing it for weeks. This is not a new thing from yesterday. Secondly, nobody told Javy to over-explain. It's like, well, I'm going to boot him back. Are you? No. See, this is where leadership comes into play. This is what somebody got to say, fellas.
This kills me.
I get where you're coming from, but man, this ain't the way to go.
This kills me, man. Look, there's media criticism. There's legitimate media criticism. Some people have made a career out of it, and some people do a nice job with it. Media critics, okay, fine. Criticism is good. If it's fair criticism, it's good. But we got to stop this anytime somebody tries to hold you accountable. Anytime somebody says, hey, what are you thinking here with booing your fans? You can't turn that around and say it's haters. Oh, haters out here, media out here trying to stir something up. No. All that person did was ask, hey, Javy, what's up with the thumbs down celebration? And Javy, right on cue says, hey, celebration. Because
I'm glad
the fans need to be better. Right.
Well, thank you for asking.
I'm booing the fans. And that cute kid just sitting there. That's too bad. Like he shouldn't be a part of this. Because
I hate that we are part of this, Michael.
It's not a media story. It's not a media story. It's a Javier Baez story.
You and I are two of the most athlete-friendly people you'll find in media. I know I am. And like when it comes to fans' sense of entitlement, I almost always take the side of athletes versus fans. I think fans are way too entitled. We had these conversations plenty of times when the NBA was going through its little mini crisis with people, interacting or touching or saying inappropriate things to players when they came back.
You said you wanted to have a hands crew out there, right? You wanted a goon squad.
Like I get it, and he's right. They aren't machines. They're humans. And I as much stuff as I get. First of all, I told you I'm thankful for it all. I count it all joy. I know I'm misusing that, but you understand what I'm saying? I'm thankful for it all because the relevance is the enemy.
Come on, Reverend. I like it.
If somebody takes the time to boo me or rip me, they take the time to type something on a computer about me, well, thank you for caring enough to take time out of your day to do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for hating, as the case may be. But that's nothing compared to what these professional athletes, especially in a fishbowl like New York, have to deal with. So I get how much of a struggle that could be. I get how difficult that could be. But, bruh, everybody's been dealing with this. This is part of the game. Francisco Lindor, if you don't go have all the seats in Citi Field right now, I mean, like, you boo the hell out of me for the money Francisco Lindor making. Please. Right. I don't care. Hey, call me whatever name you want. I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, this is part of the job, man. Like, so, I mean, this is where I draw the line between the mental health and the pressures of athletes. And it's like, okay, we're going too far now if you're going to start booing the fans back. Like, that's what they pay for. On the road when they boo you, it's because they hate you and because they love their team. At home when they boo you, it's because they love you and they want better from you. We love you so much till we reserve the right to criticize you perpetually. That's passion. Right. Fanatic. Come on, man. And most important,
that is passion.
Talk to your PR person first. Where's the PR person say next question in this situation?
No.
Next question.
That's right.
Moving on. Cut the mic.
If you know the real story, say to them, look, this is great. This is like inside. Don't ever bring this public. Don't ever make this public. Don't ever tell the fans that this is what you're doing. Just say it's a team thing. It's a team matter. But, can I push back, Michael? Let me push back on this. The pressures that the players have to deal with, particularly in this case, Citi Field. All right. Now, I know it's not like a concert. Okay, if you go to a concert, whoever your favorite artist is, if you go to right now, my favorite artist is Lil Nas X. All right, but if you go to a Lil Nas X concert, even if Lil Nas, also known as Montero, is not bringing it, nobody's really gonna boo. Like concerts aren't made up that way. Even if if the performance is not what you want, hardcore music lovers generally don't boo. They generally don't boo at the concert. Have you ever been to a concert where somebody got booed? I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've never been to a concert. Who?
I mean,
which one?
You know, whether I
But
mean,
now,
they
I'm
may
not
even
talking
be
about,
booing
like-
the audience. I mean, excuse me, the artists. They may be booing the technical difficulties. They may be booing the
Okay,
artists.
right.
First
Okay.
of all, sometimes these artists or comedians or musicians or comedians, sometimes they'll lose it. They'll go off the deep end. Sometimes they will actually turn in a piss poor performance. Sometimes they will cut it short. There's plenty of reasons people to boo
Right.
at a concert.
Okay.
I'm with you. If
But
you're
I'm
at a
just
certain
saying-
level and you've established a certain level of grace with your fan base, yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Hey, man,
But
I
people
ain't-
boo at concerts,
look, Mike,
absolutely.
I ain't talking about the kind of concert where it's like Summerfest. We have like 19 people on the bill, and like 18 of them you really don't like. 16 of them you really don't want to hear from. Okay, in that case, sure, because you're like, yo, man, come on, get them out of the way. I'm here for this thing. But most of the time, when people see their big time artists, they're not booing. Now, baseball and sports, all right, baseball's not like that. Sports aren't like that. They boo sometimes, but not consistently. I'm going to tell you that Citi Field is the last place. That's the last place where Javy Baez should be taking out his frustration. Now, outside of Citi Field, maybe some people are roasting him online.
right. Because the
but
people that
most
are
of the
in
time,
there,
people,
they came to the game.
People coming to the park are not looking to make your
came
life
to the game.
miserable. They're not, hey, I'm going to go to the Mets game today because you know what? I can't wait till Baez comes up. I'm going to wear him out. No, that what they're looking
that's very
for
true.
is for you
That's
to
very
break
true.
out. They're looking for you to break out of a slump.